trading bell, my heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the
I was saying good morning and I was on mute.
trading bell.
Morning, Laura.
Starts to pound.
Morning, Wendy, Rosa, Nathan. I think I screwed up, so I think there's like 2 live versions now. I don't know. Honestly, it is what it is. Morning, Larry. Larry, I think I saw a PayPal come from somebody. I think it may have been you. As we're getting started, I appreciate everybody that sends me those kinds of tips because it means you guys are making money. Money, 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 money. Money. Let's just go here. I mean, I'm looking at Earnings Hub, but I'm really looking here. Adobe was crazy. I don't know if anybody was watching this, but Adobe, they announced earnings. It literally ran up to $382. I mean, it went nuts. We can look at a 1-minute chart. It was crazy. And I mean, all of a sudden, boom. Again, software is just not getting a bid whatsoever. I didn't look into exactly what happened, but if you bought at 356, you're at 359. I just, honestly, I wouldn't buy that chart for me. Morning, Jennifer. I do need to change, just so everybody's aware here. That's the headphones. And for 3 weeks now, I've had the replacements, and I just haven't done it. I only wear these in here. My girlfriend wears them. Oh, by the way, BMNR up another 4%. I need to get off this because that shows you what I actually own. But I was going over my part of my daily thing is just looking at exactly what I own. So, morning, Camilo. Morning, Scott. Okay, I'm not going to do scans. I'm going to go to QQQ on this one. And by the way, 583, that was that kind of daily that we put on the 5-minute chart. It's a pretty good, I mean, that if that can turn into support for the next couple of days, I mean, you see the weekly here. If we look at 583, it does seem stretched. Let's see. And by the way, one thing, I mean, just in case nobody's like watching this, April positive by 1.74. May, and this is just QQQ, positive by 7.37. June, positive by 6.63. July, positive by 2.7. August, positive by 2%. And so far, September, which is considered a seasonally weak month, get ready for the rug to pull out of this. That's the way I feel. It's not the way I'm investing, but that's the way I feel. Because you're up in September 4% on QQQ. You just bought the Qs at the beginning of September because you said, you know what, August was good. I think September's going to be good. And you just had a hunch. Yeah, I mean, seasonally, we can go back here and look at seasonally. But good God, let's just go back to 1999. It's the second worst month. You know, October is not a bad month. This mean change is 2.98. Then you got November, which is the best month. So, God, if you can make it past these next couple of months, if you can make it through October without a major pullback, we're set to go. I mean, I'm not going to make a statement like you're never going to go down. You're never going to. That's just stupid. Okay. There's a cool new feature that Seeking Alpha rolled out, and it's this investment quiz on Fridays. I love it. Get me in on all trivia. If you stick around to the end, I am going to bring up Chris Camillo's. No, there it is. I was going to say it better. No, there's no reason for you to cry. None. But Chris Camillo is the next big AI play. It's a big deal. I'll kind of tell you what it is prior to, but stick around because I got some thoughts. It's Microsoft. I mean, that's essentially it. And if you like, let's see, what's that? Lacrosse playing, rower type guys who are, Ivy League, Winklevoss. That should be enough. They got an IPO today. Here's a watch list. And I know people like my August watch list, fantastic. September watch list, fantastic. Probably include some of these names. Go and look. So, I went over that yesterday, Cam. Robinhood yesterday with the social preview and stuff like that. This is Humphrey Yang. Number one, we're going to go to number two. Okay. We're going to go there because we're going to talk about Al Michaels on CNBC yesterday. I've got to go to my predictions. This is my predictions from December. And one of the predictions was the triple levered TQQQ ends the year higher than where it starts. Probably not a bad, again, was it a good one? Well, we'll see. This is Al Michaels on CNBC yesterday with Josh Brown, his favorite analyst. I like it. Has anybody seen Micron? God. So just nuts. Time to diversify. I have not gone outside the US, but we're going to kind of go over a China investment that I did bring up, and how China is actually beating the US in stock returns on tech. So we'll kind of do that comparison. YOLO trade. We'll kind of go over this, and I'll bring this up because this was a YOLO trade that I brought up to everybody. Let's go and look at it. It's at the end. And it's got to do with, there's Pinterest. Are small caps ready for a breakout? New AI ETF, earnings, YOLO trade right there. Fannie Mae. Good morning, Chris, Josh, Larry. Welcome back, Larry. Kudos on that one, Josh. I'm not in that one, but kudos on that one because I know that one's pumping. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac could get done by the end of the year, and they soared yesterday. So we'll take a look at where I said, hey, a YOLO trade might happen, probably pretty good. Anybody wants to look at Open Door, it went nuts yesterday. We'll talk about why. It's basically got to do with the new CEO and the pay package and where it's tied to. And kudos to everybody who has Open Door, but hey, 78% higher yesterday. Just crazy. And I was going to buy it the other day. This strategy, this is the turtle strategy. And Trendspider has launched an entire store with the turtles trading strategy that I went over yesterday. So we'll go over, we're in a bull market. I mean, it's pretty obvious. The current bull market is 3 years old. So it's there. Do we have a lot longer to go? Probably. I mean, that's the crazy thing. This is Dan Niles. I mean, I'm going to talk about small caps. He's kind of telling you, hey, large caps may be done and it might be better for small caps. This is the September watch list. August watch list too. And I do want to thank everybody for the nice words and the nice reviews. So, yeah, Turtle Scan. I still have not entered or imported the Turtle Scan stuff into my setup yet. I'm probably going to do that this weekend. I mean, again, and I kind of say this all the time, and those of you with Trendspider know it. I don't use a lot of Trendspider. There are certain things that I use. It's part of my system, and I just kind of go at it. But Trendspider is so deep, has so many options and so many strategies that I'm stuck on one. And it's that 4-hour algorithm. And that's what I typically use. And I've just found comfort in using that. So if I haven't mentioned it, hit the thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. By the way, one thing that everybody can do is when you go to Spotfiy or you listen on Spotfiy, or even if you have Spotfiy app, just go and rate me 5 stars. I need to get to 1,000. I think I need like 5, maybe 50 more to get to 1,000 reviews. And then I got the 1K next to me. That's like, 3 commas. When you have 3 commas in your net worth, it's a big freaking deal. I mean, I still remember the day. I don't know what day it was. I still remember the day where I was like, holy shit. Seeking Alpha is awesome for stuff like that, Josh. And you know it. You've got Seeking Alpha. I mean, just Seeking Alpha and Alpha Picks and Trendspider, there's not much more that you need. I mean, even if you don't have it, find tools that will make... I've made plenty of money with FinViz, Active Trader Pro, and just Fidelity's websites or, TD Ameritrade website. Morning, Kerry. Morning, vacation guy. So this stuff is out there. It's just about putting the risk in to get the reward. So I got a good portfolio review as well that I think people will like. But okay, let's get this shit started. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that it's going to be fairly long show? I mean, Fridays are for review. I'm not doing scans because we don't do scans on Fridays. And the reason is because I want you focusing on rebalancing portfolio on Fridays. Webull account. And if you haven't opened up a Webull account, you should go to Linktree. I mean, that's what your weekend should do. Go to Linktree, go down here, join Webull. Because I put $1,000 in there, and now I'm at 13.8. Now that was 14.5. Bitcoin's taking a hit. Spotfiy is taking a hit. Morning, Rob. Yeah, Micron's flying. I mean, I've got that in there. Micron's up. Let's see. In pre-market, it's up another 3%. But Micron's just, I mean, listen, when you go over to Seeking Alpha and you see the top stock, go down to the bottom left and you see this top stock and you see it move. Again, I've been bringing this up for at least a week, but when did it go to a strong buy? At 122 back in June. And I saw it and I said, you know what? I don't like Micron. I know a little bit about it. I don't like it. It's not one that I love. It's not one where I was looking Penny, stop it. It wasn't one where I was looking to pull out a position and manage another position. I was like, but it's at 150 right now. And that was simply just looking at the value. Again, it has gotten better metrics from the quant as it's gone on. So, thanks, Rob. Yeah, since I brought that up, I've been getting a lot of tips, and trust me, the tips are great and the main reason the tips are great, I know that when you guys tip me, I know that you're making money. It's not like a bartender where here's your beer, there's a half a glass of foam on it, but you owe me a $5 tip on a $6 drink. No, I'm not that douche. I would pour you the full glass with no foam, pour it out. Oh, you didn't rebuy SMCI. SMCI, the only thing that scares me out of SMCI, and it's not the chart, because the chart I think is actually really good. If you just look at this, I think we've reached at that $38 level. I think you've started to see a good support level there because it was resistance coming back up. If you hold that 38 for another week, I'd say that pushes you higher. But again, are we in a bubble? And that's kind of where I just don't know. And do I want to add another position that I have to manage to my portfolio when I think it's getting a little silly? I mean, full disclosure, for me, it's getting a little silly. So doesn't mean that I'm not buying, doesn't mean that I'm pulling stuff out. When I move, and I'll talk about this in my portfolio, when I move stuff, I move it to VOO and I move it to QQQ. Cash is not an option for me. I've learned that lesson over the past few years. Send me a plane ticket. I was just telling my girlfriend. She hasn't taken it. We've been dating 3 years now. She's never taken a vacation. She teaches piano, and she's like, every day's a vacation here in this house. Which is true. Come on. It's a fun house to live in. Yeah, Rob. I mean, here's the thing about that strategy. Anything that's made somebody 5,000 into 175 million, and they go over it. It's all about, and you can do this weekend. I would say, if you haven't done it and you don't trust it, two things that I would do. I would go and get a free trial, not a free, but like a $7, $10. I forget what the trials are on Trendspider. Go and get a trial, 2-week trial, and then go look at the turtle strategy and go and use it. You know, the 2-week trial doesn't come with my 4-hour algorithm. This is what I love. I love the 4-hour algorithm. It's what I use. But there are plenty of other strategies out there that could work for other people, like the turtle strategy. It's about putting in some type of play in there, making sure that you understand it, and then working it, setting up the alerts, and making sure that you're getting in and out. And it's about trusting it. And so, you know, I trust the 4-hour algorithm. I absolutely do. 100% I absolutely do. So, okay, let's just get started. Arkansas. I think I could drive to Arkansas. I don't know, Atlanta. I do go to Alabama to hike. The Pinhoti Trail in Alabama. I haven't been down there in a year, though. God. I need to do that again. Okay. Let me start recording. Good morning. It is Friday, September 12th. Happy Friday. You know, hey, for those that celebrate, we got a lot to go over today. I'm going to go over my portfolio. So I'm going to tell you the trades that I've taken recently. We will go over Alpha Picks because I will make one big pitch for you in Alpha Picks. Why? I'm going to give you 3 reasons to get into Alpha Picks. Markets go higher. Are we in a bull market? The answer is yes. How long will that last? It seems silly to me right now. We're going to go over turtle trading and Trendspider because I brought it up yesterday, but now Trendspider has an entire store where you can import everything, and I'll give you for the weekend, go and get your Trendspider 2-week trial, and then you just set up the turtle trades for 2 weeks. See if that works for you. Open Door went nuts. Just crazy. Everybody's winning. FOMO is out there. I'm going to give you a couple of YOLO trades like Open Door that I've given to folks that could still be in play. China, if you haven't noticed, China is actually outpacing the US. We will go over Micron. How did I find Micron? Well, it was Seeking Alpha. We'll go over Al Michaels, sportscaster extraordinaire on CNBC yesterday. We will go over a couple of things, including a triple leveraged ETF that he's held since 2010. And my prediction for this year has kind of turned out to be true. A watch list, crypto stuff, and then probably the best AI play that's out there. So big show for you. First off, I want to thank everybody because there's been a lot of positives out there. This was from Chris on Spotfiy yesterday. I know there are new listeners every day that come here. You are welcome. This is a safe place. The OG folks know everything. They know half the time I'm full of shit. Don't worry. It is a safe place. I am the dumbest one here. If you are new, I am not smart. I am just somebody who's not afraid to go and learn. That's all I do. I make mistakes a ton of times. That's what it's all about. You don't know about trading unless you've made mistakes. Shut off your Netflix, go on YouTube, type in some crazy stuff, or here's a better idea. Go and download an AI program like Perplexity and just start having a conversation. Remember, when I started learning about this stuff, it was 40 years ago. There was no Google. There was no YouTube. There was no email. There was nothing like that. You had to call a broker on the phone. If I can learn that way, you can learn in today's society. And it's so simple. But Chris here, just 2 months in, with Seeking Alpha and suggestions from Gary, my portfolio is up 67% as I continue to educate myself. I will be adding Alpha Picks and Trendspider to my arsenal. Please keep talking about these tools. You mentioned Open Door a few weeks ago, and I bought 100 shares YOLO. Again, it went nuts. Oh, and by the way, I got this September watch list. Again, this one is up 7.37% just since I published the list. The entire list as a whole is up 7.37. The big winner is clearly open. Clearly open, but there are 4 stocks, okay? There are 4 stocks that are up nearly 20% and 3 stocks that are up 10%. And you want to know, from a perspective of just a side note. Well, let me rephrase that. A side note: August watch list, it had a stock that was up 100% as well. So it wasn't just this watch list of September. It was August as well. Now, my portfolio review, we're going to go over this in a little bit, but I'm going to go over my portfolio review, and we're going to just look at charts because I went over my portfolio yesterday, the full portfolio, and I've been doing this a lot because we're at all-time highs, and it's scary. I only have 5 losers in my portfolio, okay? 4 of them are Alpha Picks. Now, understand, Alpha Picks has like 40 stocks, and we're going to go over that a little bit. 4 of them are currently losing. I'm the only losing position that I am currently in that today is actually positive is Coin. So that losing position will probably be positive. How did I find Coin? Well, 4-hour algorithm. I bought it at 320. Where are you? 324 right now. Where are you in pre-market? 328. So I forget exactly where I bought it, but it was around 320. And I continued to lose. Again, the thesis was long-term. I'm not worried about it. The 4-hour algorithm makes me 328% versus 311% buy and hold. So I said, you know what? It's putting a floor in around 300. I'm willing to go in. That was my only losing position as of yesterday. Okay? part of the reason I own Coinbase, because I own quite a bit of ETHA and IBIT. Where's that crypto stored? It's at Coinbase. So again, there are reasons to do that. There are reasons to hold on to it. But the point is, I am cutting my losers and I am adding to my winners. Let's talk about recent trades I've done. And it's for different reasons. BMNR. I got into BMNR. This one in pre-market is up another 4%, close to 50. I got in there for reasons. I journaled it. We talked about ETHA. This is Ethereum. I bought that one recently. I've talked on here about Hood, how I got into it. It was added to the S&P 500. Boom, I'm in there. I've talked about PSIX. I'm in there. That's positive. I've talked about UNFI, how I've gotten into that one, and how I've added to it as part of the Alpha Picks portfolio. It's been going phenomenally. And finally, I talked about IREN. These are all stocks that I have added in the past few weeks. And there are 3 more Alpha Pick stocks that I added in large amounts. So yes, I've been trading and I've been adding, and I'm making sure that any losers that I have are out of my portfolio. Why? We're at all-time highs. You don't want to hold on to losers. Remember, a 50% loss takes 100% gain just to get back to even. So you better know what you hold in your portfolio. And this also points out, by the way, there's only 4 Alpha Picks that are down. I started investing in Alpha Picks in August. And you might say, if you're new, well, what's Alpha Picks? Alpha Picks is a data-driven portfolio where they give you stocks on the 1st and the 15th. We're going to have one next week. It has outperformed the S&P. I've been in this about 1 year, okay? I only have 4 stocks that are negative. There are 42 total stocks in the Alpha Picks portfolio. 4 are negative. I own all of these negative stocks in my portfolio, but I own them even less than what the portfolio says is a holding percentage because they have been losing stocks. The total, and I will give you, my portfolio has 3 commas in it. Okay, there are 3 commas in my total portfolio. The total loss, okay, of each of those stocks, the 4 that are in Alpha Picks, one has a loss of $4. The biggest loss in those positions is $225. So it's not like I'm losing a ton of money. Meanwhile, the flyers like AppLovin and some of the other, they're up huge. I've cut the losers and I've added to the winners. That's how I'm managing this portfolio. But I'm making sure when the Alpha Pick comes out, I'm buying at least 1% of the total portfolio. So why might you want to get into Alpha Picks? Well, let's talk about it a little bit. We saw yesterday how the market loves rate cuts. I continue to say it's a bit worrisome that we're getting rate cuts into a market. If the jobs market breaks down, that's not good for the economy. But if the market is going to go up, I'm here for it. And part of that are small caps, because as we've seen in the past, and it is historically true, go and ask AI, do small caps outperform when the Fed starts cutting rates? As a large cap tech investor, I've been steering more of my portfolio to the Alpha Picks portfolio because I'm not a small cap guy. Know your role. And the Fed rate cuts, that's a catalyst that is coming. We know it. It's a catalyst. We talk about catalysts all the time. And you want to see somebody who thinks that small caps will outperform? Well, yeah, Dan Niles. He's talking about it here. This entire post is about, hey, the actual rally, it's going to broaden out. Does this mean you go outside your comfort zone and subscribe to a portfolio just based on what I say? No, it's not based on what I say. There are 3 things I want to point out. First reason, the performance. Again, backed against the S&P, you can buy VOO and you can make 69%. Okay, or you can buy out the Alpha Picks portfolio and get 217%. So it's never guaranteed, but the best time to get into any portfolio is right now. Even if you're going to go down, it's right now. That has been shown over time. If you need some portfolio management training, this is one of the things that AlphaPix has taught me about portfolio management. It's rules-based. You need to have rules around your portfolio. They outline when and why they sell. They also trim some of their big winners by putting the profits back into the overall portfolio. It's a great management process. And then the third reason you should get into this is because it's easy. Again, you don't have to think about this. You don't have to understand the stocks. All you have to do is know the stock pick, buy it when it comes out on the 1st and the 15th. And then if you want to add to it, you can. If you want to cut it, you can. It's easy. So again, the performance, portfolio management, and the ease and convenience of AlphaPix. We'll go over more about some things, but again, read Dan Niles' note because he's telling you that the market, the breath is going to come, and it's probably going to come from small caps. Now, do the markets go higher? Ryan has been more right than he has been wrong. Okay? Look at the Dow. It hit 46,000 for the first time yesterday, the first time ever. It hit 45,000 more than 9 months ago. The past few times it went at least 6 months without a new 1,000 milestone and then made one. It made multiple new 1,000 milestones quickly. Go and track the Dow. Okay? He gives you all the numbers here. So do you want to buy at all-time highs? If you are getting into the market, it's not a bad thing to buy at all-time highs. You've just got to be a little bit careful and understand when you're getting in. Because bull markets can last a very long time. This bull market is turning 3 years old. As we've noted many times, this is still a rather young bull market, and history would say that is likely many more years left. The past 50 years had 5 bull get past their second birthday, and the average was 8 years old. The shortest was 5 years. The shortest was 5. We're 3 years in. So again, are we in a bubble? I will add, remember I said it yesterday. It's crazy that Oracle, a large cap tech stock, added 40% to their market cap in one day from a simple IOU, from a company that is not currently making enough revenue, not profits, revenue, to cover the bill of the IOU that they gave Oracle. It's crazy. But if it's a bull market, I'm here for it. So again, you just have to make sure you're comfortable with the risk. And part of that risk, maybe it's turtle trading. Go and Google turtle trading. Okay? Trendspider put together an entire store for you to import the entire turtle trading strategy into your setup. Remember, these guys, the turtle traders, they turned 5,000 into over 100 million. It's from discipline and risk planning. They found opportunities through strategies and took them. These tools automate everything for you. They literally tell you when to get in, when to get out. That's what the strategy does. And if it's back tested over 15 years, that's pretty damn good. Okay? That's pretty damn good. In fact, one recent one is Tesla. The original entry last week, down 2%. Re-entered Monday at 354, stock now pushing 370. Again, scratches the losers. It gets out before it drops too much. It lets the winners run. So this whole strategy is explained. I put it in the newsletter yesterday. You can go to Trendspider and look at it. One that went crazy, okay? Open Door. And we're going to look at Open Door right now. Because Open Door is the YOLO trade that I put out there, and I said, you know, I want to get into this one. I never found an entry. I am out of this one. I am not in, okay? The 4-hour algorithm outperforms buy and hold. It's based on this current, let's see, that was 262%. Let's move it up to today. That's 316%. We're pushing just down towards $10. I would say if you can get in this under $5, get in under $5. Why? The reason is because of the salary of the new CEO. They added a new CEO and some board members. The stock took off. It was up crazy yesterday. But the actual equity that the new CEO has taken, it's all in stock. So guess what? The stock is probably going to be manipulated so that it can go up. You don't care that it's manipulated. All you care about is this actual stock price. But I will tell you, this is not one where you take your entire IRA. If you are the degenerate in Robinhood who is betting on Alabama this weekend because they're an underdog, and you're betting your entire IRA, you're better off putting it in Open Door. I'll just put it out there. You're better off putting it in Open Door, but do not be that guy. Now, I want to also point out that you can zoom out here, because you can zoom out on Open Door on a weekly chart, and we're up above the 200-day. The 200-day is at $3. The 50-day has just started to turn around. Now, is it crazy that you could get back to this 26? Remember, Eric Jackson is talking about $82. This week's candle alone is up 50%. Last week's candle was up 57%. The week before, you might have got in the week before and you were like, oh my God, I'm down 10%. You didn't care. Even if you bought at the high at 587, you've almost doubled your money right now. So is it a great investment? No, this is still a trade. This is still a trade. And you can have FOMO over everybody. I am looking to get in. This is crazy because everybody's winning. Someone gaining over $8 million yesterday on a trade on Open Door. And let me put it out this way. Everybody is winning. FOMO is real. Yesterday, I was recording the podcast and I put it out there that Bloom Energy is probably a pretty good one. Okay. And I put it out there. We're going to look at the after hours. I put it out there around 8:30. Hey, Bloom Energy is not bad. It was at $63. Okay. I said it had 66 in it. Got all the way up to 68. Somebody in the audience gave me a nice tip yesterday on Venmo because they said, hey, Bloom Energy, I took the risk, gained 10% in like 15 minutes, and boom, I'm just tipping the bartender. So you may say, well, all of those are in the past. Let me give you another one that's in the past that probably still has more room to run. It's Fannie and Freddie. Howard Lutnick said Thursday that government-sponsored enterprises could possibly go public as soon as this year. Okay? This is from June 4th. YOLO trade. Fannie Mae was down 13% and below $10. It's up after hours. Did you buy the dip? That's at $10. Let's go and look at Fannie Mae. Where are you today? 1581. Again, that's a crazy move. This one, the 4-hour algorithm got you in here at $8.53. You've almost doubled your money. This market seems silly. Again, it just seems silly. This is not normal, but it's time to take opportunities. And you want to make sure, again, do not hold on to your losers. If you start to see a loser and you haven't identified the reason why you're holding it, then make sure you know that, because this market can get the rug pulled out of it in an instant. And you're just going to want to know what you're holding. Now let's talk about this. Is this another DeepSeek moment? Because this could be what takes the market down. Alibaba and Baidu utilize in-house chips to train AI models. I had brought up yesterday, Baba was a pretty good deal. It was up 8% yesterday. Baba soared. Okay? And I brought up, hey, as long as you get past this 120, that's support. Now we've got the 140s as support because that's a previous resistance level right there. Not all-time high, but it's a resistance level. And you can see all I did was take this from previous all-time highs and put it there. And it looks like here in March, we pulled back from there. So where am I looking at? Yeah, this weekly candle, the low is 138. Currently, you're trading at 155. Would I be buying at 155? I don't think it's a bad deal. Again, if you want to buy that. But let's look at some other opportunities because KWEB, which is an ETF that tracks the China internet. Okay, this includes Baba. It includes Baidu. It includes all of that. Had you been in KWeb at the beginning of the year, year to date, it's up 39%. The US tech sectors, XLK and QQQ, they're only up 14 and 16. China is outpacing us in stock market returns. And what happened yesterday was just, hey, we got chips now too. We don't need AMD. We don't need NVIDIA. And you saw those stocks start to trail off. So it's something to look at, because while I haven't gone outside the US, I'm seeing this a lot more. Time to diversify. If you've had a 401k that is balanced with US and international exposure, and Josh Brown talked about this a few months ago, and I brought it up. He said, I opened up my 401k and I couldn't believe it. Remember, if you have a 401k, it's not like you can invest in single stocks. Most 401ks put you in a choice of like 4 or 5 different ETFs. One of them, he said, it was my international fund. And he brought this up a few months ago. He said, all of a sudden, I'm up 60% in my international 401k fund. It's unbelievable the amount that I've made in my 401k. These guys aren't taking a lot of singles. They're not investing in Open Door. You know, they're making fun of Open Door. But know what you own. Look at your 401k. Because is it time to diversify into international stocks? Personally, not me. I'm still a U.S. large cap tech investor. But I brought up many times, Micron, set for 7 straight days of gains. 7 straight days. And I went over this earlier this week. It's up 17% in the last few days. Up 17%. How did I find this? Well, when you go to the homepage on Seeking Alpha and you scroll down here, what's the top quant stock by market cap? It's Micron. When you go back down here to the top stocks and you look, what's the top stock? It's Micron. It's been up there for a very long time. We can go, when did it turn to a strong buy in the quant? Way back here, 122. I mean, it was at 114, turned to a strong buy, but the metrics weren't great. Now the metrics are really good. What's Wall Street's thought on this? Well, they think it's worth 151. Where you're trading 154. If you didn't get in at 122, why not? And so when we look at Micron, you add in the other tool that I have. Again, that's all part of Seeking Alpha Premium. We went over Alpha Picks. Seeking Alpha Premium has those types of things where you can find stocks before they run. And again, it goes back to Chris's comment at the beginning. You talk about these tools all you want because they make him money. And here in Trendspider, where the 4-hour algorithm had you in 121, it was a strong buy in the quant. Kind of made sense to buy it. Did I? No. This one didn't fit my risk profile. I didn't want to add to it. 4-hour algorithm actually beats buy and hold. 26 positions over 24 months. It just got you out of a 75% gain and an 8% gain right there. Is this one ready to run again? I don't know. I'd tell you, if I look at a monthly chart, I'd tell you we're just back to where we traded. We came off that level in June of 2000. That was $97. We've just broken through that. So is this one ready to run? Do your research, find your tools, understand what you own. Now, I will tell you yesterday, this is Al Michaels on CNBC. I wait for this all year. It's the annual, hey, the first Thursday night game is on Prime, and Al Michaels goes on CNBC and talks about stocks with Josh Brown, his favorite analyst. Last year, Josh Brown pitched eBay. He pitched eBay to Al Michaels. Well, let's see. Was eBay a good one? In, October, November, we'll go back to September. September, it was trading at 59. 59. Today, it's at 92. That's a pretty damn good pitch. What did he pitch this time? It was Home Depot. Okay? Home Depot. Josh Brown thinks that Home Depot's ready to run. Well, that 420 right there, that is the previous 2022, 2021 all-time high. We're still in an upward trend. We just got out of this thing. This could be a cup and handle kind of position. So again, Do I love that one? No, doesn't fit my risk profile. Home Depot, I'm okay with it down here. If the housing market's going to get a run, that's the thing. Now, Al Michaels said, hey, I've been in this ETF since 2010, and all the traders make fun of him. They make fun of him because, again, this is a triple leveraged daily ETF on the financial business. And you can see in 2010, this was trading at like $7. It's at $180. I always tell people, do not buy and hold triple leveraged ETFs. There are some that are just better than others. And again, if you believe in the financial sector, and Al Michaels did, he holds quite a bit of this, he said. And I will tell you, back in December, I published this as a 2025 prediction. Okay, this was my third prediction. The third prediction is the triple leveraged ETF, TQQQ, ends the year higher than where it started. Okay, 2011. This is just a yearly thing. There were only 3 years when it was down. 3 years. They were down huge. Again, 2022, you were down 79%. But I said, hey, in a market like today, where we're in a bull market, is it a good one to bet on? Well, where was the beginning of the year? Let's just look. January opened up at 49.35. Where are you today? 95. You've almost doubled. So again, am I a genius? Probably not. But you look at the gains in 2023 and 2024, those were really good gains. So as long as we're in a bull market, again, do I suggest this? No. Humphrey Yang points it out perfectly in this one. Remember, it's about timing this thing. These kinds of things can work out like they did for Al, but you're going to deal with huge downturns. It's mistake number 2 in this video from Humphrey. And he goes over the actual returns say different in some instances. It's about a loss of 50% takes 100% gain to make it back. But some of them have worked out better than others. So pick your poison, understand what you're investing in. And maybe, you have a 180% gain like Al Michaels does. But again, I would argue he's had a better chance, of investing in other stocks than FAS. Now, you want a watch list? Here's a huge list of names. Market leaders, young growth leaders, speculative leaders. Oklo, MP Materials, Rocket Labs, Tempest, which Nancy Pelosi is in, Celestica, which I'm in big, Bloom Energy, which I just went over, IREN, which I own, and I traded, Nebius, which we've gone over, VSAT, which my friend works for, Micron's up here, Oracle, Baba. Again, there's a lot in this list that makes sense. So find them, do your research on them, understand what you hold. That's the way you make money in a market. In today's market, it's just silly. If we start to pull back, you're going to want quality names. And one of the things, I'll just say it right here, Winklevoss. You want lacrosse playing rowers from Ivy League schools? That's a Winklevoss. Winklevoss, their Gemini crypto brokerage, crypto exchange, Gemini Space Station, GEMI, raised $425 million. They went out at a range of $24 to $26. That was what it was. Okay, they priced it yesterday at $28. Yesterday, FIGR, which is Figure Technical Solutions, again, it's a stable coin thing. It went up like crazy, but it came back. And so you want to understand exactly what you're investing in. Look at that stock. Poor guy bought at, let's see, 37.08. He's never had a chance to actually gain money because it just continually went down. Somebody bought it at 37.08. Somebody thinks it's worth it. I like to wait for these things because I like a chart that I can tell what's the trend. You can't tell a trend from an IPO. You can't. But if you believe in it and you want to buy it, go out and buy it. We've seen some of these crypto exchanges just pump. Now, I'm going to give you one of the best AI plays right now. If you haven't heard, Microsoft actually owns a large percentage of OpenAI. OpenAI just pledged $300 billion to Oracle. They don't make $300 billion in revenue, not profit, not revenue. But they've now turned a corner because they redefined their ties with Microsoft and they shift to a for-profit model, which means they can raise a shit ton more cash. And then every time that OpenAI's valuation goes up, guess who benefits from that? It's Microsoft. And Chris Camillo is here for it. He's basically telling you it's a big play. Now, he has been more right than wrong. So I like listening to him. But again, this is part of the reason why I don't think that Microsoft, which had a buy in the 4-hour algorithm yesterday, I don't think it's a bad play. At 507, am I happy buying it? No, I already own a bunch of it. Okay, but I bought my parents more in their portfolio. They felt like they didn't have enough. My brother works for Microsoft. They were like, yeah, we don't have enough. We sold a bunch at 400, I think, before their earnings earlier this year. And then they pumped. You know, everybody was worried about these earnings. They pumped, they gapped up. My parents wanted out. How did I play that one in my parents' portfolio? I said, listen, I'm going to get you out of Microsoft, but I urge you, let's just buy QQQ. And they said, okay, thank God, because again, QQQ owns Microsoft. Cash is not a position you want to be in. So when you pull it out of something, understand, for me, I want to find a better investment, and I don't consider cash a good investment. So that's how I played it. Now, do you think Chris is right? Maybe. Maybe he's wrong. Maybe Microsoft is going to go down to $250. Maybe, you know, they pull back some of this AI cap spending and they lose ground to Google. Maybe they stumble. Who knows? The market will know. So is it a good opportunity to buy in the 4-hour algorithm? Well, 4-hour algorithm makes you 49.9%. 52.8 is the buy and hold over the last 2 years, 24 positions. Okay, your average win is 7%. It's not going to make you millions of dollars over an investment, but Microsoft, for me, it's a pretty good long-term investment. It's about risk reward. I think they hold a ton of the OpenAI value. And that, to me, isn't priced in. The average price target is $615 on this. That's 22% upside. Now, I will tell you, back here, when it was slipping in March, everybody's like, oh, yeah, they're not done. At $300, you had your golden cross here, and you were trading at $453. You got all the way up to $539. Let's see, what's the 52-week range in this one? $555. So you know $555 is in the stock at $500. It makes sense to me. If I didn't have a large position, I'd probably be buying this. Now, I want to point out, too, Seeking Alpha Premium. It comes with some stuff. But this is kind of cool. They started this Friday trivia. I like it. One of the trivia questions was down here. And you know, I'm going to show you my answer. Well, I don't want to show you my answer, but I want to, I forget which one it is, but the Dow Jones Industrial Average topped 46,000 this past week for the first time ever. Which component has seen the biggest rise year to date? Is it NVIDIA? Is it Goldman Sachs? Is it Johnson & Johnson? Or is it Boeing? Go and take the trivia. I got it wrong. Just full disclosure, I got it wrong. I was choosing between 3 of the stocks. I knew it wasn't, you know, one of them. And I won't tell you which one. I won't guide you. But I like that. Now, part of this is having Seeking Alpha Premium. And there's a bundle out there. Premium and Alpha Picks come together. You save $159. It is the greatest bundle out there that I like. Because this, along with Trendspider, gets you everything that I use to manage my portfolio, to find these stocks, to understand exactly what I'm doing in the market. It's all there for you as well. And you can get it at Linktree. The top link is the Trendspider stuff. Get a trial over the weekend. Seeking Alpha Bundle is the second one. Again, you save $159. The third link is Seeking Alpha Premium by itself. Doesn't include Alpha Picks, but It comes with a free 7-day trial. The hack is you can go out there, get the Seeking Alpha Premium, go get the top 2025 and second half top 2025 stocks. They are performing phenomenally. Yesterday, the top 2025 stocks as a whole up 1.48%. As a whole, the second half 1.64%. Again, what was the S&P up? It wasn't up 1.48. It wasn't up 1.64. So make sure the weekend homework that you want is to make sure exactly what you hold. We are at all-time highs. It's a little scary. Even Sam Altman has called this a potential bubble. Reminds me of when Elon said his Tesla stock was a little too rich. The stock price is a little too high. Just feels that way. But it doesn't mean I'm pulling out. It means that I know exactly what my downside is on everything that I own, and I have alerts set up so I don't have to sit there and watch it every day. So there's your homework. If you have any questions, again, even my email address is up here on the link tree. You can get the newsletter for free. I'll have everything linked in the article, in what I just went over in the newsletter. Welcome to all new, all OG. You guys have a great weekend. I'll talk to you Monday. See you, bye. Okay, let me throw this over there into iMovie, and then I'll look at some of your Okay, let's see. We're gonna change the coloring a little. And then the sound volume, we'll auto that one. Now I gotta edit out the beginning where I have a little pause. And green screen. Copy, paste, 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 and then green screen, copy, paste, 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 and then this was, let's see, 37 minutes. I can go over a lot of ads, so 912 pod. Okay, let's look at some of the comments now. Oh, let's get over here. Oh wait, we're almost at market open. Come see us in Arkansas. Bought turtle trading position on IONQ. Quantum computing. Brittany bitch gets into this one. Brittany is Brandon. He uses his girlfriend's email address. He's a listener. Interesting. Four-hour algorithm got you in at 39. Turtle strategy. I haven't used the turtle strategy, so I don't know what its backtesting is, but I like it. 4-hour algorithm makes you 243 versus 167. So, turtle. Yeah, I don't think the turtle strategy would ever get into open. And it's not starting to free fall. I mean, Supreme Leader. Let's just take a look at a 5-minute chart of this. And we'll turn on after hours. Where's the free fall? I would say if you get to 8, you start adding your position. And when you get to 7, you get all in. Because, I mean, again, free fall to me is back to $1. I mean, there's no free. If you bought at, let's see, what, $10.80? Yeah, $9.77 might be a free fall. May feel like free fall for you, but I mean, this one just has the potential to probably turn around and move 20% to the high side. So it's about, and I didn't talk about beta. I need to talk about beta. I have to put that in for Monday. Hold on. Monday. Talk about the beta score. I didn't talk about it. Oh, well. But what's the beta on open? I bet it's like 5 or 6. Let's see. Scroll down to risk. 2.36. That's actually much lower than I thought. 21% short. Morning, Donnie. Ah, thanks, Mark. Peace, love, and happiness. Peace and love, peace and love. Ringo Starr. I do not have time to sign these things. Go and Google Ringo Starr notification about not signing stuff on YouTube. Peace and love, peace and love. Oh, you're at a conference vacation, guy. Oh, you're welcome, Mark. The notifications, damn, you are hardcore. Notifications bell. I don't think I have a notification bell for anybody. OppFi. How do I handle it? I mean, I'm not using just this, but remember the quant is a score. So it's just about it's looking at actual facts and then assigning a grade to those facts. It's not making opinions. So when it says performing badly, the revisions grade, that's analysts bringing it down to the point where it gets a sell. Poor stock has negative earnings per share revisions and inferior profitability when compared to other financial stocks. So how do I handle it? I had OppFi. I owned it. And as I think it was this, it might have been this one. As it crossed the 200-day, I got out. Now that was at $11.30. But Michael, that's how I use both. When I think I had a alert on this one, because if I'm not mistaken, this is one of the top 2025 stocks that just hasn't worked out. There's 10 stocks in those top lists. And if you look at the previous years, there's 2 or 3 that don't work. And so if you can get out of those early, and I think when, this was announced January 15th. So you should have bought around $10.50 where it's trading right now. Would I get back into this one? Probably not. Let's see. Are there? I remember. Yeah, the analysts are saying it's 34% upside, but they were just chasing this price up to 15, and it's just dipped. And that was, that's clear in here where it ran up here to 16, 17 bucks. So, that's just one where I believe the crossing of the 200-day, it was a choice. I can take a little bit of profit and move it somewhere else. Or I can just kind of hold on. Yeah. And there's plenty of, I bet analysis stuff on this. Seeking Alpha analysts think that it's a buy. The most recent one says it's a hold. Let's see. This one goes back to here where August 13th, they thought it was a buy on. This changed from a buy here, July 10th to a hold, but nobody's put it as a sell. So the valuation is good. I mean, it's good. The profitability, I mean, that's the return on common equity. Let's see. Lending Club is a competitor. Lending Club's an alpha pick. That hasn't done real well in the portfolio, I don't think. has improved underwriting, resulting in higher quality loans. JP Morgan's new data fees may squeeze OppFi's future margins, posing a significant headwind for its profitability. I don't know enough about the business. I bought it based on Steve Kress and the quant. So when it changed, let's see, it went to a strong sell here at 10:15 on the 27th. I'm trying to think where I got out of this. I think it was that where the 50 crossed. I remember it was around 10 or 12, and I had a small position. It wasn't a large position because this one didn't run as much as the other top stocks. And I knew those top stocks, there's always 2, maybe 3 that always kind of turn out negative. And so you just want to make sure that you kind of identify those a little bit sooner. Now, the 4-hour algorithm kind of works. Are you in at 998 because 1054? Not a horrible move. But it's sideways and it's a sell, so I probably wouldn't do that. Let's go to Canva. I don't know if I like... let's see, YouTube thumbnail. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, there's no playbook, Michael, but the problem that I have is looking back on stuff, I always look like a genius because I can kind of say that. But managing that particular one, I remember specifically this cross back here in August. And as I started to look at my portfolio, I was like, doesn't feel right. Just didn't feel right at all. And I'm not sure if it feels right now, but I would trust that, it's not one that I'm in, not one that I'm looking to get back into. Introducing Active Trader Mobile. More updates on the way. Why not? I'll turn it on. Active Trader Mobile. Oh, sweet. I don't know what that does. Let me see what it does. Trade. Oh. I'm up 0.06. It looks like the NASDAQ just went negative. So, Webull, I'm down a little bit from where I was, but what's driving my Webull account? It is IBIT, Ethereum, and Tesla. Tesla's up 2% at 376. One of my predictions, by the way, at the beginning of the year was that Tesla would hit 600. I don't think that's going to happen, so. Morning, Beto. Yeah, I mean, today, it's a Friday. I don't necessarily want to hold open, but I think if you can get this in the 9s, and on a 5-minute chart, let's just look at it. Why the hell did you get back into this one, Dominic? I don't see. Let's see. Where are we trading at? 10.11. Where's the 10.03? Okay, it does have confirmation. That's a green candle. I would have probably waited for a few more candles. But it does look like it's probably going to pump up. My guess is the first line of defense would be this one, right at about $11. That would be where, again, if I was trading, I would identify that as a top, and I would identify this as a bottom. So I'd be risking making 10% or losing 10%, about in that area. Yeah. That's not a bad I don't think that's a bad play. But if I were day trading it, I would be taking a look at those two things because we saw such a strong push yesterday during that run that I don't know that it's got a lot more in it because the shorts are still there. So yeah, but hopefully you're playing with house money and you're up. For me, again, I identify the top and the bottom. I would probably, and this is a 5-minute chart, and I'd be setting alerts, right here. Create an alert at this line. I mean, that's how you do it. And it's not very hard. Again, you just sit there, and then I go and make my lunch. I go and eat. And if I get an alert, I go and take the trade. So I'd probably move this one up to probably this area just because I want to risk less to make more. But it does look like we're heading in a good direction. The candles look good. I mean, you bring it down to a 1-minute candle and we look at the 1-minute candle and yeah, the candles look good. So let's see. Market Mania 2025. Let's do this. And we'll get you out of there. And we'll put in me. This guy looks trustworthy. Cut out that new profile pic. You know what? Let's see. Can I edit and magic eraser? Let's do the brush size down a little bit. And erase. Let's see how this works. I don't think anybody can care if it's a little messed up. Oh. Oh, you know what? Undo. And we're going to magic eraser that. Let's see. Why does it make it? What the hell? I don't like the way this is working. I guess it doesn't identify the text. There we go. Okay. Oh. What the hell? I hate this. We're going to edit. No. Edit. No, we're going to edit this. Okay, magic eraser. There we go. And erase. Let's see. Hopefully it works. Huh. It's still thinking, trying to fill it in. Okay. Couldn't detect any text. Please try again with another image. Let's just say we're done. Yeah. We'll just put that in there. And download. Why that? You know what? That's good enough. Oh no, I shouldn't put that. I need to put in the Trendspider and Seeking Alpha logo. What indicator was yellow line? Oh, that is just a horizontal line, and I just have it as yellow. You can edit it, properties, and I just have it as yellow, but it's a horizontal line. You're welcome, Mark. But open has come right back down to where you bought it. Again, you've lost confirmation, so I probably would have taken the profit here at about 10:04 if you were watching it. If not, then just wait for it to hit 966. But my guess is that we get down to that 966. Uploads. Trendspider. We'll put that up there. And then why the hell does it do that? Boom, boom, boom. I want to shrink that down. Shrink that down. Shrink. Oh, let's do this. And we'll group those. And then shrink it down a little bit. And group those. And group those. Move that up there. And elements, I think I'm going to put in something like this. Over the top, position, backwards, there we go. Shrink that down. And we're going to group those together. And we'll put in uploads. I love those horizontal lines. I love them because they seem to just work. And we're going to position backwards. Put that up there. Down there. Group. And share. Download. Now we got that one. Okay. And And with that, I've got the episode. And I think I can do new episode. Select file. Okay, I don't want those. Okay. No. There we go. Okay. Let's look at opens at 977. It's getting down there, Dominic. Getting down there. But again, watch. It'll hit 966 and then freaking go up to like $15 over the day. It's a Friday. Kind of, I'm always a little more cautious on Fridays. Hey, Josh. Tumbling Shoals. I can't imagine I'm ever coming to Arkansas. But I can imagine that it's gorgeous out there and I'd probably like it. I just don't leave the house. Honest to God, I mean, I just don't leave the house. I'll go to the gym today, and that's probably about it. Can you give me a bullet point chronological summary of the episode? Oh, you're gonna love the the extra income that you're able to save. I moved out of only 10 bullet points. Yeah, it's at 984, starting back up. I mean, did it bounce off that level? It kind of did. I mean, look at 969. I was 3 cents off. Now it's kind of just going. Oh, I gotta close that one. And it's this one that I've got to. I moved out of California in 2003. So I know the joys of ancillary income. I think that's how you say it. Hey now. Your description is too long. I'm okay with that because I've got to edit it. Yeah, in the 1 minute candles, it's not holding up very well. I don't like a lot of chop. And that's the problem is I just don't like a lot of chop. And so right now I would say with that pop, for me, again, day trader, the action isn't giving me what I wanted. So I'd probably get out. But that's a day trade. I mean, that's part of what you have to find is your setup. And if your setup's not giving you what you expect, you have to get out and just assume, okay, I'm not going to force anything. I'll get out. Trendspider. But again, I haven't done, and trading's a muscle. And so you have to continue to do it, I think you have to continually, it's not something where, you know, it's kind of like a baseball player. A guy who's been on injured reserve for a year doesn't go right back into the majors. He goes over the bundle. Goes over to AAA and you know, hones his skills again. Guy who's you know, coming off an injury, they don't come right out of injury and right back into playing. They have a lot of rehab. So you have to kind of assume that you've got to there you go, 994. I've definitely been out of it enough that I'm probably rusty at best. But I know what I'm doing. The problem isn't necessarily, oh, look at that. I'm already done. Even a monkey throwing a dart at a board could make money in today's market. And so it's kind of the market that we're in. Like I said, it's silly. It's just silly. So enjoy it while it feels comfortable. Can you give me a list of YouTube tags? And we're going to edit. There we go. And copy. And we'll put these in. There we go. Monetization on. I think that I'm trending to make $90 from YouTube for my monetization. I do get, I think, close to $1,500 from Spotfiy. Import from video. Just to show you the difference between the YouTube audience and the Spotfiy audience. Big difference. And Spotify is able to charge, I think they actually charge less than YouTube on my show. Yeah, you're back at 10. Again, I'd probably move that profit down at this point to probably that 1040 area. I mean, that's not a bad one because look at how it reacted at 8:30 this morning, and then you just seem to pop right to it. And if you pull it back, you can kind of see where it's right back there, even in pre-market after hours yesterday. It's a 1 minute candle, so it has less validity than like a 5 minute, less validity than a 1 hour, less validity than a 4 hour. So the higher time frame you go, the more you can trust the trend. Okay, let's edit. I do 3 commercials at the beginning of Spotfiy. Okay, 7 ad breaks. And publish. And close. Okay. Sweet. And there's still, you know, it's funny because the plays per episode are still significantly down. And Spotify has this big thing across the top. Our analytics are slow in showing. Because yesterday 20% less, 30% less. But let's take a look at the overall market. Okay, I don't know what. They did something to Fidelity. Oh, sweet. I'm up 0.23. Apple must be up. Yeah, Apple's up. Yeah, if I were to trade Open Door, I wouldn't probably do it. Well, the question is, Dominic, do you want to hold this over the weekend? And if the answer is yes, I wouldn't even worry about it because today is nothing. The 4-hour does have confirmation. It's got a gap here between 612 and 721. So my guess is that you're going to have to fill that gap at some point, but you could always just double down and add to it. Microsoft's up 1%. Shopify's down 1%. Tesla's up 4%. That must be why my Webull account is holding up pretty well. Webull account is at 13.9, so it's almost at 14 again. Today's winner is Tesla at 4%, but that's only making me $30, so it's not like it's a lot. IBIT's making me $41. Ethereum is making me $50. So what's that? 20, 40, and 50? I don't have one that's making me 30, but I have one that's making me 10, and that's NVIDIA. It's a small portfolio. It's 100% invested, I think. Let's see. Yes, I have $110. $110. In fact, I should probably just put $110 on open right now. Then I'd be part of the crew, part of the army. Part of the army. Do. Weird. Just weird. Oh, let's see. What am I today? I am number 39 in finance today on Substack. It's pretty freaking good. Maybe I'll brag about that one later. Let's just do the create new video post. Select file. And then I got to write my opening. Any recommendations for a trading group? No, honestly, I don't have a trading group. I mean, my trading group is on Twitter. Like EMP's got a good group. They do live on live trading. Amit has a good crew. Let's see. Amit's got a good crew. Amit Investing. He's usually live. Yeah, he's live right now. He's got a lot of subscribers. He's got a good setup. I like his screen setup. This he uses Robinhood's live trading stuff, which is interesting. And again, he's got a much better chat than I do. I don't know why. It just looks better. Mine doesn't look that good, I don't think. I don't know. Let's see. There I am. What does my chat look like? Oh, my chat looks kind of cool. It's not colorful. I don't have people up there. But my chat looks kind of cool. Not as good as Amit's, but he's got like top people and I don't know. Whoa. Okay, let me get out of there. It's like the vortex. But Amit's got a pretty good crew. But I don't know a good trading group. I've never been one of those people that needs a crew around me. I did trade with my buddy, Steve, from time to time. And it was nice during the pandemic to have somebody to trade with. But it's 10 o'clock. I'm out of here. You guys have a great weekend. I'll talk to you later. See ya.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.